Hey y'all, I just thought I'd come out here and show you guys the garden. I believe I showed you guys what I was doing when I was getting ready to plant it. It's been planted and it's been going for just a little bit of time now. So this is what we've got going on. I've got my marigolds in the bed with the tomatoes. That is the Roma tomato right there. And this is the yellow tomato. Oh my goodness, that yellow tomato is getting so big. It was small, just like the Roma tomato plant. Well, they were smaller at that point. But now look how big it is. It's almost as big as the marigolds. And the marigolds were towering over them before. In here I have my onions, my white onions and my red onions. And the onions seem to be doing really, really good compared to last time. They are starting to grow their leaves, which are very thin and long. But they're looking very, very strong. I can actually start seeing the bulbs getting larger. So I think that we will actually get some onions this year. The white onions seem to be doing really good. Look at that one. My goodness. That one is just like exploding. But I'm very, very happy to see the growth that I'm getting from these onions. And they are doing way different than they did last year. Like I'm actually getting new leaves and they look really, really good. Really strong. Very happy about that. We've got all the greens over here in this one. And, y'all, they've gotten so big since I put them in. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Look at this Swiss chard. It was so little when I first brought it in. It actually looks like Swiss chard now. So gorgeous. This one is getting really big too. Oh, and look at the red giant mustard. It's starting to grow and looking really healthy. When I first put it into the ground, I thought it was dying. It went through such transplant shock. I actually have never put anything in the garden that had transplant shock quite as bad as this. I am seeing a lot of little flies and stuff in the soil. So I may have to spray the soil with a little bit of neem oil, but look how good those look. We've got the Blue Magic kale, and it is just exploding. You know, kale loves growing, so it's going to do its thing, but it is getting really large and looking great. Oh yeah, there's so many fungus gnats out here. I really have to spray with some neem oil. And then here go the collard greens. They are looking wonderful. The leaves are getting very big and looking wonderful. Very excited about that. Can't wait to see more of that growing. We'll have some good food to eat in a minute from there. And then over here, I've got my peppers. I put three of the 4 sweet red peppers that I got out here and just kind of staggered them. I'm sure the leaves will run into each other, which is not my most ideal situation, but I don't have tons of space, so I had to do what I had to do. I did clip the bottom leaves so none of the leaves are on the ground, and I will clip some more leaves from the bottom just to give it more stock so that we eliminate any kind of fungus. I'll do the same with the tomatoes at some point, but they look really good and they've gotten quite big compared to when I put them in. They're looking very healthy and I'm very excited about that. Then I've got my, what are these called again? Victoria Blue. Now I looked up this Victoria Blue, and if I'm correct, the Victoria Blue is actually a sage. Now I have to look up and see if it's an edible sage, but these leaves are sage leaves. I did not know that. It was near... Well, I was looking for sage, and I ended up putting the sage back and getting this Victoria Blue. It doesn't smell very sagey. Maybe it's just in the family of sage. But look, I'm starting to get flowers coming up out of them. So pretty soon we'll see what those flowers look like. But, I mean, that's what I think they look like based on the picture. And then we've got our cucumbers, and the cucumbers have exploded. When I first brought them out here, they only had the 2 leaves that come out of the seed. They didn't have any actual, like, leaves. Look at this one. Now we've got 2 leaves. Another one's growing. Same here. Same there. So this one, my gosh, I am amazed at how big the cucumber is getting. So I will have to have a trellis for that. And that's everything. That's the entire garden. So once again, let's just breeze over it. Cucumber. These once again are the Victoria Blue flowers, and then the 3 sweet peppers, my giant red mustard greens, my black magic kale, which is like Italian kale, my Georgia collard greens, and then my bright lights Swiss chard. In the front we've got 2 rows of red onion, and in the back we've got 2 rows of the Vidalia onion. Then we've got a Roma tomato, we've got a yellow tomato, and then just 3 marigolds to help with some pest control. And that's it, y'all. That's the whole garden, and I'll show you guys how it's progressing. I'm very excited. I didn't mulch again. Once again, low on funds. Second year having a garden. And we'll get better and better with every year, right? Every year we'll try and do a little bit better. Oh, look, I got something I got to pull out of there. I don't want that to embed in my soil and start growing one of those trees. So we'll toss that over the balcony and let that helicopter on down to a different life on the ground. And that's it. Hope y'all enjoy this update. Peace. Grow something.